Check it real quick.
Yo, main page, right?
Yeah. Just check the actual page itself. Refresh it.
There you go. It's right.
All right, cool. All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Also, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach you on the scriptures. And salutation to all the brothers out there pushing his word in all truth and all sincerity. And, as you see out to the UK citizens, okay, and the brother's going to read it. And this is something that the Elder Malcolm, sent to us brothers, all right? So, this chip is coming, man. All right, and it's basically here. It's basically here. It's about to be mandated now. Stuff isn't going to be optional very soon. Okay.
This 1120. It say, "Dear citizen, I am personally writing to you in order to alert you in a new government policy in which we are proposing that all UK residents will be required to wear a RFID chip, a microchip, from June 1st, 2021. There are small chips that can be injected under the skin. UK residents will be able to get a free implant at their local surgeon." Right? It says it is important that the UK enable law enforcement agencies to track the movements of criminals and terrorists. It will also hold a unique personal identification number that once scanned will allow law enforcement agencies to identify where that person is, want for a crime and legal ignorance or terrorists, etc. Man.
Okay, so as you could, as you heard, they're about to, make this mandatory. All right, and can you get real quick Revelation 13 and 16 and look up the word "causeth"? I'm going to read it though. Charagma in the Greek, which means a cutting and incision of the flesh. Okay, so in order to get this chip, you have to cut your flesh in order for them to put that chip in you. Okay, now the brother's going to look up the word "causeth," and it's a heavy definition. Okay.
No, for the word "causes," it's a to make with the name of things made, to produce, instruct, form,
because as you in that letter it talked about what do you call that, domestic terrorism. All right, it talked about criminals, basically your identification. All right, cyber, a fraud. All right, see, go on,
Salaki, which if you've been paying attention of the news, because this is in UK, but guess what? Donald Trump, said on national TV, man, before what happened in Minnesota, that George Floyd guy that got killed. He said, well, all these people that are protesting, we are basically labeling them as terrorists, man. A semi-terrorist, man. For protesting, and he was ready to send the military into the city because people was tearing up the stores. They was burning fucking AutoZone and things like that. So he already have these things in place for what? You to take the RFID chip. Because they want to track you, and you are going to be labeled a criminal, man.
Already too, I saw an article where they were saying that like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all these these people, all right. What they'll probably say too is, oh, you were in large crowds, all right. A lot of people got COVID-19. We're gonna have to come to your house and detain you, check if you're okay, because it's gonna be a mixture of everything's martial law, but they're gonna use a medical martial law where they're gonna detain people because of because of the viruses and diseases, and then you also have the martial law that's gonna be declared because of mass chaos. Mass, riots, looting, all right?
Which is picking up. Hey, if you've been paying attention to news, Atlanta has been going up, man. It was another guy that got killed in the car. They said he did some shit earlier that day, but he was asleep in the car, and the police pulled up and killed the guy, man, for no reason. And look what happened. They burned down the Wendy's, and they sent police police don't want to even show up to work, man.
Oh yeah, they're calling in sick.
Hey, these things is going down, and that's chaos.
Which is leading to, you also have defunding of the police, all right? I did a lesson on this yesterday. With the defunding of the police, right? That's causing these truckers to be afraid to actually make their shipments now. Because they're afraid that they're going to get robbed, killed, all right? Which if there's no shipments coming in, what's going to happen? People are going to get hungry, and they're going to start attacking one another. They're going to start invading one another, as the scriptures say, okay? You know, for natural resources. And that's going to lead to what? Esau, you know, having the justification to, you know, push this martial law, which that's going to also push what? The RFID chip, man. Because they're going to start enforcing it on people. All right? But can I finish this off? Or you got something?
Real quick.
Yeah, con.
This Revelations 12, verse 12. It said, therefore rejoice ye heaven, and ye that dwell therein. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he know that he have but a short time. And that's why you see all this chaos. You see that police is fighting against Jake. But guess what? Esau set up these looters to what? Promote this chaos, man. So that he can come down with more wrath upon the people, man. And that's the whole end game. To what? Get everybody microchip and go to his agenda. And that's called the New World Order. Order out of chaos, man.
That's right. Is there more there?
No, that's it.
So back in Revelation 13 and 16, and he calls it all, both small and great. All right, whether you be young or whether you be old, okay, rich and poor. All right, so it doesn't matter if you have you're a CEO, you're a millionaire, or whether you be one of the poor. All right, that's on welfare. They don't care, man. It says free and bond. All right, which we know whether you are out here freely walking or whether you be in prison, to receive a mark in the right hand or in the forehead, and that no man might buy or sell, save, which that word save means except he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So basically, you have to have that mark, okay, which is the RFID chip, in order to operate in this society, okay? Because if you can't buy or sell, you're screwed, basically.
Yeah.
You know, and they show you that in I think, was it Demolition Man?
Yeah.
All right, if I'm not mistaken, it was Demolition Man.
It was, because you had the rich and the wealthy that took the chip, was up in the society how things is now, but the people that didn't, where they go? Underground. They went in the sewer, under the tunnel, and those like that. And what did they do in order to live and survive? They came up to rob the rich people, man. And that's what it's going to be. Hey, you're going to see a lot of people that are not going to take this chip, and guess what? They're going to go off the grid, and in order to survive, hey, they're going to what? Either have to steal or whatever they have to do to make it through this storm, man. Because, hey, Esau want everybody chip, man. Hey, this is in the UK, man. Hey, it's already in Switzerland. Hey, they already bringing it in Germany. Hey, these things is already in place, man. Hey, why you think they've been protesting everywhere, man? The scripture tell you in 2nd Esdras, the 9th chapter, that what? It was going to be uproars against the people. Now we have an uprising in America. And that's why you know this thing is local, because guess what? When the virus hit, the whole world shut down, man. The whole world was on martial law. But hey, that's why you know this chip going to be local. I got a precept for you if you got anything to add.
You got it.
This Revelations 3 and 10. It said, because they have kept the word of my patience. And what's that? Talking about this truth. Talking about the faith of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, right? I said, I will keep thee from the hour of temptation. So if you kept the truth and was faithful to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, the Lord is going to keep you from the hour of temptation. And what's this hour of temptation? It's talking about the FRD chip, man. It said, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So everybody on a single planet is going to be tried, man. Either you're going to take this FRD chip or you not. Hey, it tell you in Revelation the 20th chapter that some be beheaded for the what? The gospel of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. So some people ain't going to take it and going to get killed. But someone is not, man. But this time, through the spirit of Yahweh, I'm just speaking as a man, and we got the victory this time, man. We going to conquer this devil, man. The Lord said he's going to protect the ones that trust in him, man. So we have nothing to worry about in that day, man.
Con, I got Salakia. Can you look type in the word abundance? It's in 2nd Ezra.
It's in the 4th chapter.
It's the 4th chapter, but Con, let me get this.
26.
Let me see if you can find it out. I'm gonna get this real quick though. But this is in 2nd Ezra chapter 2, and I'm gonna start at 26. This is 2nd Ezra 2 and 26. It says, "As for thy servants whom I have given thee."
Salak, y'all. You said 26?
Yep. You want me to go up?
No, that's perfect. The verse is 27.
Okay, Con. This is okay, I kind of see it now. This is 2nd Ezra 2 and 26. "As for the servants whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish." All right? And the reason why is because, look, even if a man of the Lord dies, he's not really perishing. Like, his soul's not perishing, okay? His flesh, may disintegrate, may die, but that spirit is going to do what? It's going to come back, all right, as one of the first, souls to do what? Execute that judgment. That's in what? With 1 Thessalonians, the 4th chapter. All right, if you can get that real quick, okay. And then you're going to have, as the brother said, a lot of brothers, they're not going to perish. A lot of brothers aren't going to die in this time period, man. All right?
Okay.
You know?
This 1 Thessalonians 4 and verse 15. "For this we are saying to you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain until the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, and with the voice of the archangel, and with the trumpet of Yahweh, and the dead and Mashiach shall rise first."
That's right. Those who died for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, all right, they're going to rise first. They're going to be the first ones to get those angelic bodies, okay? And they're waiting, man. And you got some of the elect that are, that are waiting right now. You got, starting off with, the Elder Abba Bivens, all right? King Mashah, these great men. We had a brother out here who passed away, all right? Captain Lee. They're waiting, man.
See, it said in the next verse 17. "Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds."
Yeah, we're gonna the ones that are here to the the end, so to speak. All right, the ones that are gonna get beamed up. Hey, we're gonna see our brothers, all right, in the chariots, man. And then we're all gonna make all these movies, like I think that was a movie called Upgraded. All right, got all these movies about super soldiers. Look, we're coming back as real super soldiers, man. Okay, and we're gonna execute that vengeance, man. All right, of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay, we're gonna execute that judgment that's written. Once we get them spiritual bodies and them spiritual powers, man. Just wait, man. All right. Is there more to that?
It say to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord.
And going back to this 2nd Ezra 2 and 26. "As for the servants whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish, for I will require them from among thy number. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh." So we're not supposed to be weary, okay? We can't have this spirit of fear. We can't get tired. All right, we got to trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right, look, the Lord's about to perform great miracles. First off, this is the greatest miracle ever, that we woke up to who we are, okay?
That's right.
But the Lord is also going to do other things for us, man. Give us, food, from the heavens. Hey, because how do we eat in the wilderness? The Lord, gave the manna. Okay, right. The Lord who fed I think it was Elisha or was it Elijah? Elijah, he had ravens come down and feed him.
Yeah.
Okay, the Lord's going to do great things for his servants, man. Okay, and it says, "Be not weary, for the day of trouble and heaviness cometh. Others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance." You see, we're going to be merry and have abundance. So when this chip is required, we're not going to have to worry about these things. The Lord is going to provide. We just have to have that faith. And everything comes down to that faith. Okay? And it's impossible to please the Most High without that faith. You have to have faith, okay, to please Him. Okay? And He's going to, look, the Lord is doing all these dramatic things, ultimately to show his power. That's in, what is that, Romans the 9th chapter?
That's
okay.
Right.
You see? So the Lord is going to do great things for us. Ultimately, so we can do what? Praise his name, and that his name can go forth throughout the earth. And I got a little bit more. It says, the heathen shall envy thee, but they shall not be able to do nothing against thee, saith the Lord. So these heathens, which that includes 2/3 of our own people, because right now they're heathens as well, they're going to be envious of us. And that's because we're going to have that glow. We're going to have that protection, that hedge. All right? We're going to be taken care of, man. Us, our families, man. Okay? Because a lot of us brothers, we have families. You know? Hey, but the Lord said, you know, what did he tell, what was that, not Nicodemus, who was that in Acts? Cornelius. Basically, you know, if he does, you know, the works and he believes in all that, he's going to save not only him, but his household as well. Okay? So we can't worry about these things, you know? That's something, because, you know, that's in brothers' minds, you know what I mean? Like, you know, the flesh gets you nervous at times. You know, you start overthinking, you're like, oh, damn, what about my kids? You know, my woman, maybe my parents, you know, whatever it is. Look, don't worry about it. Hey, serve Yahweh Shemal Shai, and he's going to protect you and your family. You just have to have that faith, you know? You got something, Mark?
Yeah, I got something. This Revelations 2:10. It say, fear none of these things which thou shalt suffer. And guess what? We finna suffer on a great scale, man. Hey, when they implement this FRD chip, which is going digital, it's all going into what? The 5G and that 6G, which they are already rolling out right now. If you've been paying attention to your phone or your data, it's been moving slow as fuck, man. Hey, but that's all to what? It usher in that technology for the FRD chip. So, hey, we gonna suffer just not on that scale, but to function in the society, man. It say, behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. So the ones that don't want to take those things, you're gonna be cast into prison, man. It say that you might be tried, and you shall have tribulation 10 days, but be faithful unto death, what the brother was saying. And we got to be faithful unto death, regardless if these things come upon us, man. And the scripture tell you in Isaiah, what? In 59, that when the devil come upon us, hey, the Lord gonna lift up that standard. So we don't have no worries, man. Put all your, it say in 1 Peter, the 5th chapter, it say, I care for you. I mean, I have you care for me like I have care for you. Cast all your cares upon the Most High. So, hey, the Lord is going to take care of us. He said he's going to give us abundance, man, in a time of trouble, man. So guess what? We're going to be straight. It say, be faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. And that's what you ultimately fighting for. Hey, to have that crown of life and to live and forever and be in mortality, man.
I got one. This is Isaiah 65:13. Slaki, let me start at 12. This is Isaiah 65:12. Therefore will I number you to the sword. And this is talking about the 2/3, and that's because they didn't have faith. Actually, you know what? Let me get this real quick. This is why the 2/3 are going to die. I read this actually earlier today, man. This was heavy. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 8. I'm gonna start at 55, because you know Ezra, he was, you know, at one point he was, you know, wondering like, hey, why is the Lord jacking up the Lord's people? Like, why is he jacking up his own people? You know, because he was in the flesh. He was thinking like, damn, man, like all these great calamities are gonna come. Like, why do these things? This is what the angel told Ezra. This 2nd Ezra 8 and 55. And therefore ask thou no more concerning, Slaki, no more questions concerning the multitude of them that perish. For when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High. You see, our people actually hate the Most High. And that's because there's a standard when you have to serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And these people, they want to be an unruly child, man. Okay? And it says, they despised the Most High, thought scorn of his law, and forsook his ways. Moreover, they have trodden down his righteous. You see, they not only hated Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, they had attacked his anointed. And what does it say? What is that in the book of Psalms? Touch not my anointed.
That's right.
You know? And the 2/3 have been prophet killers for generations, man. Okay? And it says, and said in their heart that there is no God. And you see, that's our people. they really don't believe in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, man. If they did, they would fear him and obey what's written. These people don't fear Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. They want to do what they want to do. And that's ultimately a death style. They really, as the scriptures say, they forsake themselves, man, when they do these things. And it says, yea, and that knowing I'm going to read that again. It said in their heart that there is no God, yea, and that knowing they must die. So these people must die because they are not obedient. They're not listening to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Okay, and it says, 59, for as the things aforesaid shall receive you, so thirst and pain are prepared for them. Okay, they're going to know everything death by pain. For it was not of his will that men should come to naught, but they which be created have defiled the name of him that made them. See, they defiled Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai's name. And hey, look, man, it even tells you in the scriptures that that basically having a good name is more precious than fine ointments and gold, man. Roughly paraphrasing it.
That's right.
Because when your name is defiled and when it's smeared, it's hard to get a good name back. Okay, it takes a long time for you to get your name in good terms. So the Lord's pissed off about that. And it says, and we're unthankful unto him which prepared life for them, and therefore is my judgment now at hand. So that's why these things are coming. Okay, now let me go back real quick to Isaiah 65 and 12. Salaki, Isaiah 65 and 12. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear. Okay, and we're the mouthpiece of the Lord. We're the Lord's messengers, and they're not listening. Okay, they despise us, which really they despise Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. It says, but ye shall, it says, Salakia, when I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before my eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. So when these things, happen, when all this great wrath comes down, we're not supposed to worry about it. Look, the Lord is going to take care of us, man. Okay? Just have that faith. Verse 14, behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. And ye shall leave your name. Salaki, that's it right there. You got something now?
This just touching on that FRD chip, man. Hey, don't worry about it, because hey, the Lord got us, man. Hey, the Lord is routing these spirits up in certain cities and everything, right? Hey, cause hey, it was an article that came out that China shut back down, man. Hey, they shut down their whole fucking airport because of this coronavirus, which is still coming. Yeah, like it's not over.
Yeah, Beijing. Yeah. In Beijing, I heard a little information about Beijing. They're shutting down Beijing, right? That's basically the biggest exporter of goods, in specific food.
Yeah.
So guess what? This famine is look. It's not just only going. This is not only going to affect China. It's going to affect the whole world, because a lot of people rely on China's food supplies, man. Their rice, okay? Yep. Things under that nature. Certain meats and stuff, okay? In specific, Russia. It's a worldwide, but Russia. And that's going to do what, man? With all these things happening, it's going to lead to world war.
That's all it is.
That's what's coming, man. World war. Because, look, these other elites, Russia and China, they know that America was the one that basically plagued the goddamn world with this coronavirus, and that shut this place down, because this is the hammer of the earth.
That's right.
This place still has that power to do these things, and they're pissed about it, man, because they were up and coming, because even within the New World Order, all this with all this stuff that's in place, there's division. It's like, look, when you get into the history of the Roman Empire, there was constant fights, feuds, and what do you call that? And betrayal, man.
Betrayal, yeah.
And that's what's happening right now, man. That's why in the book of Matthew, it talks about if a kingdom is divided, it shall not stand.
That's true. Hey, but that's why the brother put it on a comment board. Hey, North Korea and South Korea just broke up. They was just trying to do peace.
Yeah, what, like a year ago almost?
Well, shit, 6 months ago. Shit. That's how you know that the Lord is is bringing this place down, man. And the more and more we condemn this place, and the more and more these prophecies pop off, the more and more, hey, the Lord is finna come back and intervene, man. Hey, you'll get one scripture for me? You'll get Job, the 5th chapter. Because,
Job 5 and 4?
Yes. Because, hey, the Lord ultimately is finna upset all these elites. And ultimately, hey, if you take the FRD chip, hey, guess what? You're going to get destroyed, man. Hey, I got one more. I got one before that. This Revelations 14. Verse 9, it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same should drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured up without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, in the presence of the Lamb, man. So if you take this FRD chip, hey, guess what? You're going to get destroyed, man. Hey, because guess what? The Lord is about to intervene regardless if you believe it or not. Joel finna explained it, man.
Yep. This is Job 5 and 14, or so like 5 and 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty.
And what's one of the devices, man? Talking about that FRD chip, the plan of the elites, man. That's what the Lord is about to do. Disappoint all this shit, man. And he's finna set up his kingdom, man. His righteousness on the earth. Keep going.
It's like it says he disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise.
That they cannot finish their enterprises, man. And they not gonna, hey, right when they think they done and got it settled, they tell you that in Job. When they about to fill their belly, that's when the Lord is gonna intervene and get your ass. Checkmate, man.
I got this. I got you.
Song.
This is heavy. Let me start at the main points in verse 12 in this Psalms 21 or verse 11, but I'm gonna start at 7. This is Psalms 21 and 7. For the king trusteth in the Lord, and through the mercy of the Most High he shall not be moved. Okay, and look, we're not going to be moved. All right, you know, it says, thy hand shall find out all thy enemies, and thy right hand shall find out those that hate thee. Thou shalt make them as a fiery oven in the time of thy anger. The Lord Yahweh shall swallow them up in his wrath, and the fire shall devour them. Okay, look, these way. All right, with fruit. Once you kill off the seed line, the men, that whole nation's destroyed. That's right. And that's what's going to happen to Esau. Verse 11. For they intended evil against thee. They imagined a mischievous device, which they are not able to perform.
Ooh.
They're not going to be able to perform it. They're not going to, complete their enterprise, all right? They're not going to complete this new world order, okay? Right when they think that, they got everything locked down.
It's over with. Checkmate, man.
Yep.
So, I ain't got nothing else on.
Yep, that's pretty much it. And with that, hopefully this was an edifying lesson, all right? Hey, brothers, hey, just, be spiritual, stay prayed up, all right? Remove yourself as much as possible from this present evil world, okay? Hey, let's go, champs.
Let's go.
Let's go.
We're almost
there. And with that, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Also, double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, and salutations to you brothers out there. Shalom and a
Abba.